If you've ever looked around your RV and thought, there's no way all my stuff is supposed to fit in here, this is for you. Because the truth is, most RVs don't have a storage problem. They have a setup problem. Cabinets waste space, deep compartments turn into black holes, and the second you hit the road, everything shifts, rattles, and ends up in the wrong place. In this video, I'm sharing 10 RV hacks that feel almost illegal, but they're honestly just smart. These are the kind of cheap storage moves and simple tool-related tricks that make your rig feel bigger, cleaner, and way easier to live in, without doing a full renovation and without buying overpriced RV-only products. Everything here is budget-friendly, practical, and designed for real RV travel, meaning it holds up when the trailer is bouncing, the cabinets are shaking, and you're trying to set up fast at a campsite. I'll keep it simple. What the hack is, where it works best, and how to make it stay put. Number 1, door pocket storage. Cabinet doors are wasted space in most RVs, and using that space feels like you just added a new cabinet without remodeling anything. Pick one door where you constantly reach for small items: pantry, undersink, or bathroom. Measure the inside area, and more importantly, check how much clearance you have when the door closes. You want something slim that won't hit shelves or stored items. A narrow wire rack, a shallow bin, or a simple pocket organizer all work, as long as the load stays light. Mounting can stay simple. If you use adhesive, clean the surface first and press firmly, then give it time to set before loading it. If you mount with screws, and use very short screws so they don't poke through the front of the door. Either way, don't mount too close to hinges where the door flexes most. After your first drive, open that door and check if anything shifted, then tighten or re-stick as needed. A small label on the inside can help keep the door organizer from turning into a random dump spot. When you shop for organizers, go for rounded edges and low-profile shapes, because sharp corners catch on towels, sleeves, and anything you brush past in a tight aisle. Keep the contents door safe. Think flat and lightweight. Spice packets, tea, instant coffee, drink mix packets, coffee filters, trash bags, dish gloves, microfiber cloths, travel-size toiletries, bandages, and wipes. Avoid glass jars and heavy cans on doors because doors take more vibration. And add a simple keeper across the front so nothing bounces out. A thin elastic cord, a small bungee, or a strip of hook and loop tape. You're not trying to clamp things down. Just create a simple barrier. If you want it to look clean, keep each door organizer to one theme: cleaning on the sink door, snacks on the pantry door, toiletries on the bathroom door. Number 2, soft strap door locks. Our valves shake, and even good factory latches can get tired over time. A cheap fix is adding a removable secondary seat belt for doors and drawers. Use reusable hook and loop straps, small buckle straps, or silicone bands. Wrap a strap around 2 cabinet pulls so the doors can't swing open. For a fridge, wrap a strap around the handle. This works even if the original latch is weak and it's removable, and so you're not drilling holes or replacing hardware right away. The key is making this fast. If the strap is annoying, you'll stop using it. Keep a couple of straps in a spot you can grab without thinking, and use them on the cabinets that actually cause problems, not every single door. Tuck the loose strap tail so it doesn't snag when you walk by. Also, keep it safe. Don't strap anything that needs to be accessible quickly, like emergency exits or safety equipment. If a cabinet still wants to pop open, even with a strap, the latch might be misaligned. A small adjustment to the latch catch, or adding a tiny felt pad to remove a gap, can stop the bounce open problem. Another simple option is an inside-mounted child safety latch on the worst offender cabinets, because it locks without showing on the outside. Once doors are staying shut, the next issue is what happens inside the cabinets during travel. Number 3, anti-slide liner. Non-slip liner is one of those cheap RV upgrades that looks too simple to matter, but it changes everything. Put it in cabinets, drawers, the fridge, and any place where items slide. It cuts down noise, reduces shifting, and makes cleanup easier because you can lift the liner out and wipe it down. Cut it slightly smaller than the shelf so edges don't curl and catch. If you have wire shelves, liner also keeps smaller items from tipping or slipping through gaps. Use it in high frustration spots first. In the kitchen, it keeps plates, bowls, and stacked containers from skating around. In the bathroom, put a piece under soap and bottles so they don't drift across a tiny counter. In the fridge, it helps cartons and tubs stay put when you hit bumps. A small bonus trick is cutting a few extra squares and using them as anti-walk pads under items that creep over time, like a coffee maker or a toothbrush holder. You can also put a small piece of liner under a cutting board on the counter so the board doesn't slide while you prep food. Liner also helps in exterior storage. Put it under a storage tote or a small bin so it doesn't slide and bang into the compartment wall. If you have a small rug or mat inside the RV that slides, a piece of liner underneath can keep it from drifting. Keep a small roll of liner in your storage bay, and you'll have a quick fix anytime a new item starts moving or rattling. Now that the base is less slippery, it's easier to build a bin system that stays organized. Number 4, clear bin pullouts. Deep RV cabinets are the reason people think they need more storage, when the real problem is access. Turn shelves into pull-out drawers with handled bins. Clear bins are best because you can see what's inside instantly. Use a few matching bin sizes so they stack neatly and don't leave weird gaps. If your cabinets are very deep, choose bins that fit front to back and leave a small finger gap so you can still pull them out easily. Group bins by use, not by grocery store categories. Breakfast, snacks, cooking basics, cleaning, and backstock are usually enough. When you need something, pull one bin forward and the whole shelf becomes visible. Keep heavy items in lower cabinets and lighter items up high. Don't overfill bins. A packed bin is heavy, loud, and harder to slide. If your cabinets are slick, so put non-slip liner under the bins so they don't drift forward. One extra habit makes this work long-term. Rotate stock. Put new items behind older items so you use the older ones first. If you want an even cleaner system, keep one small use next bin for opened packages and half-used boxes. It stops the cabinet from turning into scattered clutter. Another smart move is a dedicated backstock only bin. When a daily bin runs low, you refill it from backstock instead of opening 10 different cabinets. A simple rule helps here. Front bins are for daily use, back bins are for extras. That way, the front stays neat and you always know where to restock from. Also, avoid mixing categories that don't belong together, like cleaning chemicals with food. Once bins are working, the next easy win is controlling flat items that love to slam around. Chef number 5, vertical slot organizers. Flat items are the loudest items in an RV. Cutting boards, baking sheets, trays, pot lids, and thin serving plates. If you stack them flat, they slide and slam. Put them in vertical slots instead. A basic file sorter or lid rack creates separate lanes so each item stands upright and doesn't stack. This instantly reduces noise and makes it faster to grab exactly what you need. Place the organizer in a lower cabinet so it's stable and easy to reach. If it slides, put a strip of non-slip liner underneath. Keep the items you use most in the front slots and rare use items in the back. If you store pot lids, stand them so handles don't bang into each other. For thin trays, add a soft separator between them. If you're worried about vertical items tipping forward during travel, just add a gentle stop, a light tension bar, a short strap, or even a thin bungee across the front of the slot area. You're not compressing anything, just preventing a forward fall when you open the door after driving. This same upright approach works for paperwork too. One slot for RV documents, one for manuals and warranties, one for campground info. With flat items handled, the kitchen gets quieter, but cookware still needs one more step. Number 6, quiet cookware stacks. Kitchen noise comes from free movement. The goal is not fancy gear, it's stable stacks. Nest bowls and measuring cups. Stack pots from largest to smallest. Store lids with the pots they belong to, instead of one separate lid pile. Put a thin separator between metal pieces so they don't ring. A square of liner, a soft cloth, or simple pan protectors. So even a small layer stops that sharp metal on metal sound. Then add one cheap lock that stops vibration. A reusable strap or silicone band around a stack of lids, or around nested mixing bowls. You're not tying things down like cargo. You're just keeping stacks from separating and buzzing. If you have a drawer full of utensils, add a divider or two so items don't migrate and jam the drawer. Also keep weight smart. Heavy cookware should live low and close to the center of the RV. If you carry cast iron, keep it in a lower cabinet on liner so it doesn't slide. If you store mugs or glasses, make sure they can't clink. Separators or sturdier RV-friendly drinkware helps. If you want your kitchen cabinets to stay calm long-term, do a quick recheck every few trips and remove items you never use. Less stuff means less noise and more space. And then after you quiet the kitchen, you start noticing smaller contact points around the RV that could be protected and quieted. Number 7. Foam bumper edges. Foam pipe insulation is cheap and surprisingly useful in an RV because it protects surfaces and reduces rattles at the same time. Slide it onto edges that get bumped or scraped, like bed platform edges, storage compartment frames, and sharp shelf corners. It prevents scuffs and makes tight spaces feel less harsh to move around in. It's also great on exterior storage openings where gear can rub the frame during loading. The genius version is using foam as a soft shelf lip. Cut a strip and place it along the front edge of a shelf so bins and bottles have a bumper that stops them from creeping forward. You can use short foam pieces as spaces between items that rub together in a storage bay. I like leveling blocks and a tote. Foam can also stop cabinet doors from banging if you put a tiny piece where a hard edge touches. Keep it clean and targeted. Short, neat pieces only where they help, so it looks intentional. A few well-placed bumpers can make the RV feel much more solid. If you have a screen door or a closet door that likes to tap, a small foam buffer at the contact point can quiet it immediately. After you quiet the hard edges, the next thing that makes an RV feel bigger is getting everyday items off flat surfaces and onto vertical storage. Number 8. Hook zones with clips. Hooks save space because they store things vertically, but they only work long-term if you treat them like zones. Make a hook zone by the entry for keys, a small flashlight, and a small bag. Make a hook zone in the bathroom for towels. Make a hook zone near the bedroom for hats or a light jacket. Add small clips or carabiners so multiple items can clip to one hook without slipping off, and so items don't fall when the RV moves. If you use adhesive hooks, prep matters. Clean the surface, let it dry, and press firmly. Give the adhesive time to bond before adding weight. Keep weight limits realistic because heat and humidity can weaken cheap adhesive. For heavier duty spots, use screws into a solid backing and keep hooks away from areas where fabric could block vents. This is also a great place to solve cable mess without turning it into a tech project. Put one hook near an outlet for charging cords and use reusable ties so cords don't hang in loops. A small clip can hold a cable end so it doesn't fall behind the bed. You can also hang a small collapsible hamper bag on a hook so clothes don't pile on a chair. If you charge devices in the same area, keep power bricks in one small basket and bundle extra cord length with reusable ties so cords don't droop into a walkway or get pinched in a drawer. Hooks don't just store things. They prevent the slow spread of stuff that makes an RV feel crowded. Once small items have a home, moisture becomes easier to manage, especially in the bathroom. Number 9. Pack and dry bathroom. RV bathrooms get messy fast because the counter is tiny and moisture is constant. A simple system is 2 small caddies, one for sink items and one for shower items. The shower caddy hangs on a hook so the floor stays clear and bottles don't roll around. The sink caddy keeps daily items together so the counter stays open. When it's time to travel, both caddies go straight into a cabinet in seconds and nothing is left loose. Add one cheap tool that makes a real difference: a small squeegee for the shower walls and door. A quick wipe reduces water sitting around, which helps with odors and humidity. Don't store damp towels in a closed closet. Let them dry with airflow first. If one cabinet or closet always feels damp, a small moisture absorber can help, but airflow is still the main fix. Vent the bathroom when you can, and don't trap wet items behind closed doors all day. If you store medicine or vitamins in the RV, keep them in a cooler, drier cabinet rather than the steamy bathroom. If you want one more simple improvement, keep a dedicated small bin for spare toilet paper and hygiene items so they stay dry and don't get crushed. Store it higher. Away from the shower, and you won't deal with the soggy packaging. You can also keep a small trash bag roll in the bathroom caddy, so replacing a bag is instant. With the bathroom under control, the last piece is keeping small essentials from scattering all over the RV. Number 10. One bin essentials. The fastest way to stop RV stuff from spreading everywhere is giving the little essentials one home. Use one small bin or pouch for the items you always end up searching for. AA or AAA batteries, extra hook and loop ties, a few zip ties, a small pack of wipes, spare hose washers, spare command hook strips, and a couple of small clips. This bin is not about major repairs. It's about the tiny fixes and quick grabs that happen constantly in RV life. Keep it near where you do setup and breakdown, so it's always within reach. Or inside the bin, use a small zip pouch for tiny parts so they don't disappear into the bottom. Add a permanent marker and a small roll of painter's tape so you can label things quickly, like clean versus dirty bins, or a reminder note on a cabinet. If you already know your RV's fuse types, a few spares can live here too. If you don't, check your manual first. Label the bin clearly and follow one rule. If it's small and essential, it goes back in the bin, not into a random drawer. That single habit is what keeps the system working after weeks of travel, because the little items stop vanishing and your storage stays predictable. After you use something, restock it at the next stop so the bin is always ready. Keep it small on purpose. If it grows into a junk box, it stops working. A small, consistent bin beats a big, messy one. When you find a new must-have item, add it only if you remove something you don't actually use. Store it where you can grab it with one hand, like near the main entry cabinet or your most used storage bay door. If more than one person uses it, make one rule. If you take something out, it goes back before the next drive.